So this particular pattern is really good for that. Okay, so things I love about this pattern and what's made me want to create it, basically. Maybe I have washed it. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the first day of spring. You guys will be watching this after the first day of spring, but today when I am recording, it is the first day of spring and I am so excited for it because it means flowers, it means sunshine, it means warmth. Here down in Melbourne, it is so cold during winter, and like even yesterday it was starting to feel like spring, but it was windy as all heck. Today there's a light breeze, as you can see, but it's nothing like yesterday. It was like a gale force wind. It was crazy. Anyway, I thought because it is the first day of spring, I would bring you out here into my beautiful garden and talk to you about my spring plans. So I am so excited to do some stuff for Lila for spring. I have so many beautiful floral printed fabrics, so I will show you some of those. They are last year's stock from my favorite shop, but quite often they'll reintroduce them again. If they are still there, I will link them. If not, you can go have a look. Yeah, she's always updating the beautiful prints that they have, and generally they are quite florally anyway. She has a huge range, but you can always generally find some sort of floral. So she actually buys the piece of artwork from a artist and then gets it printed on this beautiful fabric. Anyway, I will talk about that in a minute. What I want to talk to you about is one particular pattern that I'm going to make this spring. It is extremely seasonal. So that's what I like about it the most, is because while it's a spring pattern, and in Melbourne we do kind of get a little bit crazy weather. 1 minute it'll be warm, 1 minute it'll be cold. So this particular pattern is really good for that, and it will allow, it's technically called, and this is what I find this a bit funny, it's actually called the Summer Romper by Brindle and Twig, but it's a knit, and I find that, I suppose we all wear t-shirts and stuff like that in summer, but I feel like for kids a woven lightweight cotton would be better for summer. But that's just, or like even a beautiful linen or a double gauze. But I feel like this pattern being called a summer romper is a bit odd, but that's just me. Okay, so things I love about this pattern and what's made me want to create it, basically. It has an elastic waist, so that means for Lila, she's had tummy issues pretty much the whole time, which so many babies do. So I found that over the time when I've been buying things or been making things with an elastic waist are definitely better, just to give her that wiggle room. And it also just makes it 10 times easier to get it over them, like to get it on them. It also has elastic legs, so for some babies like Lila, they have chunky little legs or chunky little thighs, which is so damn cute. So the elastic just allows that bit of extra wiggle room again for them to grow and all that sort of thing. So it's not just like you're gonna make it and then 5 minutes later they're out of it kind of thing. The other thing that I am so excited about is snap-on fronts. So the straps, and so you know what I'm talking about as well. It's a general romper, but it's got snap-on fronts, which means that you don't have at the back bulk. So if they're going to bed in this, or they're going to go have a lay down in it, or you know, just for ease on their back, I find not having the snaps on the back so much more user-friendly. I also love that you can put this on them and then sit them up, and especially with Lila at her age, she'll be 11 months in a few days. She is a massive wriggler, so, and she just wants to sit up on the change table, so it's so frustrating if you would have to try and put snaps on the back. It's just like to click them in, it's just painful. So I find I put it on, like I'll put something similar on her and then either do the buttons up or snap the snaps, and then voila, you're good to go. It's fast, it's easy. But my one problem is with this pattern, it doesn't have a snap crotch, or crutch, however you want to say it. I'm in two minds about it. I like that it's more seamless because it doesn't have the snaps at the crotch, but in terms of user-friendly, it would be so much easier if it did have the snaps. So it's kind of one of those things that I think it'll be a great pattern, but I don't know how often I'll reach for it because of that. It depends where we're going, all that sort of thing. She's just such a wriggler on the change table. I just would love it if it had snap crotch. I don't know why they don't have a snap crotch. Like, I feel like every single pattern should be snap crotch no matter what. And the other thing I don't love is that it's lined. I find that again makes it a bit weird that it's called a summer romper, because lining with a medium weight knit means that it's gonna be quite warm. Like, it's, I don't know, it's just the way that they've called it the summer romper is just doing my head in. I don't think it should be called that, but anyway, that's just my own opinion. Also, with things being lined, it means that it's a little bit more fabric hungry for not a lot of gain, I don't think either. Thank you, Mr. Magpie. Yeah, I think it's a little bit extra, it's extra warmth, which in spring is okay, but yeah, calling it the summer, anyway, I'm going to stop harping on about it being called the summer romper. If you feel the same way, let me know in the comments. But being lined and being a medium weight knit, it's going to be quite warm, but it also doesn't really need to be lined. I get why it's lined, because it gives it a little bit more of a seamless look on, especially because it will have no sort of armhole things, you know, and it's meant to be worn with nothing sort of underneath it, I believe. That's sort of the look. But, you know, I'll probably always put like at least a light t-shirt on underneath her, or in summer I'll just leave it. But yeah, like, I get that it's lined for its seamlessness, but I also feel like that's extra thickness and weight and more material. One thing I love about kids patterns in general is, because they're for teeny tiny people, the amount of paper that you have to print off if you do the printed version, the print at home version, it's only like 6 pages. This one in particular, I'm pretty sure is only 6 or 8 pages. So that's all you have to print out. They don't have layers on this one, so you have to print all of the size ranges out, which is fine. You can just transfer the size that you need onto another piece of paper, that's fine. Or you can just cut it out, and if you need the next size up, you just print the next one out. It's totally up to you. But that's what I love about the kids patterns, is it's quick because they print out really quick. You stick them all together, done. I can get a pattern for a kid done, like just the paper pattern part done, in half an hour. And that's with a really slow computer, mind you. And when it comes to, say, my patterns, it can take me days by the time I actually print it off and then stick it all together and then cut it out, and like it just goes on forever. So well, it feels like forever. So yeah, that's the other thing I love about kids patterns. If you're a beginner, this pattern, even though I haven't actually made it yet, I feel like it shouldn't be too hard. The only thing is, being a knit pattern and if you don't have a serger or an overlocker, you might find it a little bit more challenging, just because you have to really play with your settings in your sewing machine when you're using knits. I have an overlocker. I'm very thankful, and it's so much quicker. I don't know if this is actually classed as a beginner pattern or not, but anyway, you can go have a look at it. I'll link it down below for you. Alrighty, so let's get onto some fabrics that I'm going to use. Really excited to finally actually use these materials. This one that I'm about to show you, excuse the crinkling for a second, and the Ziploc opening. This one I have actually used. I made a pair of pants for Lila. I made, I think, 5 or 6 pairs of the same pants during winter. If you're interested in those, I actually was making them. That's right, I was making them during my birth story. So if you want to have a look, I didn't really show much. I think I did show you the fabrics that I used though, and this was one of them. So anyway, I'm rambling. If you want to have a look at that video or episode, go back and have a look at our birth story one. Sorry, no, it's not our birth story. It was the few days, like the few first days of our journey. Anyway, so yes, I have already used this particular material for that, but I bought this in the knit version and the woven version because I fell in love with it. Now, you know how I was saying before that she buys the artwork from a artist, obviously, and then gets it printed. Well, this artist is, I've totally drawn a blank. I'll write it down here. Her stuff is beautiful. It's beautiful and florally. It's very nature driven. I just think it's absolutely stunning. She doesn't just do fabric design either. She does, it's something like typo something or other. I remember that. Typology. It's not typology. It's something like that though. I'm really, really sorry, guys. But she makes all sorts of things, like books and journals, and I think she even does not just journals. I think she does like calendars. What are they called? Diaries. I think she does diaries. So that will probably be coming up. I haven't seen her on Instagram for a while, but that's just because my algorithms have just probably shoved her off of my thing. Anyway, so this is that artist. Now, yeah, I love it so much that I literally bought it in the knit and the woven version of fabric. And I think I even may have bought 2 meters of this because there seems to be a lot here. And the fabric comes in, I think it's 150 wide, thereabouts. And then, yeah, a meter, whatever you want. Just stunning, absolutely stunning. I have not washed it. You should definitely wash them before you use them. Do as I say, not as I do. With kids patterns, I kind of just feel like I just want to get it done, especially with Lila. Like I literally can only really sew when she's asleep. So sometimes if I'm just like, I need to sew something up, it just has to get done. But you run the risk of things shrinking, and that's just the reality. Now, give me a second while I pull the other piece of material I want to show you out. Okay, so I was talking about lining before with this pattern. I wouldn't really like to, not waste, but I wouldn't like to use my very expensive on the inside for lining. I just find I would rather use a cheaper material. And oh my God, I didn't even say where this actual fabric has come from. So this fabric has come from Dizzy Daisy Fabric Studios over in WA. I cannot rave on enough, honestly, about the quality of this particular fabric. I have other fabrics that have the same prints as what she's had. So a lot of the time I have found other fabric stores online in Australia that have the same pattern, the same print on them. I've bought them. They've been slightly cheaper. I've bought them, and the quality of the actual fabric itself is just nowhere near as good as Dizzy Daisy's. Honestly, I cannot find a better quality fabric. I just can't. That's digital print though. I mean, there's tons of fabric stores out there. I had no idea until I started looking, and man, can I tell you, there are a lot out there. And I will tell you, like, yeah, anyway, rambling again. My point is, they have this beautiful fabric and then they have solids as well, all on the same website. She doesn't show what will match and what won't, sort of thing, which would be really handy, because I know that another store over in WA that's not kids specific, like I feel like Dizzy Daisy's is definitely more kids specific prints. Even though this, I would totally wear like an Entice Me, like a Pattern Emporium Entice Me dress out of this. Hell yeah. I think that's why I originally bought it, to be honest. Actually, I have another one that I did definitely buy for that. Still haven't made it though, but I will get there. Anyway, as also, so there's another store over in WA that show like a print and then like their coordinates. I think that's amazing. It's so good, because then you can really build a wardrobe really easily. So maybe if you are watching this, you can take on some advice and do that. But anyway, I'm going to use, I think either this is sea foam, I think, or sea mist, sea something or other it was called, and it picks up beautifully these leaves. I think I would love to be able to find like a light blue to pick up these beautiful little flowers here, or even like a slightly deeper pink even here. I just love the idea of being able to pick up a color in here. Or, you know what, even if you had like a bit of a mustardy color, you could do that, because there's like this little, it's like a little yellowy browny mustardy color in there. You could definitely pick that up. But look at the cute little ladybugs. How cute are they? So this, I don't want it to match the background, because she doesn't have one that matches the background. And I think that would be super hard, because this print is actually, I think, a watercolor print, so it would be really hard to match it. But it will pick up that, see that ever so slightly little pink in there. See if I can find a better, no, oh, even in the wings, see the wings, it sort of picks it up there. It's still not great. It's probably not as good as the Sea Mist, but I'd love like this light blue, or like this blue. That's what I've got on hand, and I feel like I need to use what I've got on hand first, because I have a little bit of a problem when it comes to buying fabric. I'm really sorry, this video was not meant to go this long, but I can't help it. I have a lot of amazing fabric that I want to show you. No, I have two more that I want to show you. Okay, I have this print. I find this really unusual. I'm really surprised I picked this, because this is definitely more plum. I picked this out originally for Lila, obviously, but I picked it out before she was born. So, you know, you don't really know what colors they're gonna sort of look good in. And I think she's actually gonna really pull this color off. I don't think I can. I don't know, but I love it. I think it's gorgeous. And this light pink, I can't remember what color this is. I don't think it's baby pink, but it could be baby pink or dusty rose or dusty pink or something like that. But it could go on the back as well because it's got this light pink in here. That could go very easily. You could pick up this. I'm pretty sure she had a burgundy, which would be perfect for this. Again, there's like this sagey green. Now this isn't really sagey green, but it kind of brings it out as a sagey green because the two of them there. Lots of beautiful colors in there. Even that blue would be beautiful to pull out, but I think there's probably not enough of it to be the lining. I think it would be a bit odd. Whereas like the light pink, that, or even just a white would very much then be a lot less detracting. Would definitely be less distracting from the print, even though it's just lining. So there's that as well. I don't know, I haven't got a lot of this, so I don't know how much I'm gonna need to be able to, I mean, obviously I'm gonna get more than just one pattern out of that for the lining, but we'll see. Because then what I have is, ready? I love that sound, and I love it when you click them together. I have this beautiful small print. This is a very small print. No, I haven't. I think I've washed this actually. It feels washed. Maybe I have washed it. I didn't buy it with anything in mind, but definitely I think this will be beautiful as a little summer romper. That word though. Oh. Again, it's got like this beautiful greens in it. It's got that light pink, so you could definitely get that pink in there. There's like a bit of pink up there. But again, I really think that light greeny, sagey, minty, misty color is going to be perfect for it. But just don't know how much I'm going to get out of it. I love that this has the native Australiana like florals in it. It just sings to my heart. I just love the Australian natives, honestly. All right, so that's it for today. I'll leave it there. I have got some other things that I could have been showing you, but I think this video is going way too long, and I wanted to really focus on the pattern and the fabric. So all those fabrics I showed you were all from Dizzy Daisy. I'm so excited to actually sew these up, get them going, and get Lila in them and get her out in this beautiful, beautiful weather. I'm so excited. Can you tell I'm a little bit excited? If I say it one more time. Just quickly before I go though as well, I am wearing the new, it's new to me, the lounge dress by Pattern Emporium, but it is such a cool outfit to wear. Anyway, I'll put up some photos for you. So thanks again for watching. If you got this far, I'm sorry if I rambled on a little bit, but thank you for getting to this far. Don't forget to like and subscribe, like always, for every channel. I feel like everyone always says like and subscribe, but it's honestly, it's the only way that we can keep making these for you, and that we know that you guys are liking our content and stuff like that. So please, please, please make sure that you like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell as well, because then you'll be notified when I upload new videos. I am in the process of really trying to be as, consistent as possible. Obviously with a baby, it's really hard, but that's life at the end of the day. So hit the notification bell, then you'll know you'll definitely never miss an episode from me. I also, thanks Posty. I also have been doing some little vlogs of our bits and pieces over the days because we have been in lockdown, so it has been a little bit mundane. So I've been trying to do some vlogs and stuff like that as well. So I think nature and the universe is trying to tell me to zip the lip and say goodbye. I'll catch you around another day, guys. Hopefully just a beautiful day. See you later. I did pick this out. Excuse me, birds.